done something.
Let us begin. Unless anyone has any announcements or news for the group. No? Great. So, last time we played a few weeks ago, the pre-existing group was in Destrian's shop, accepting a mission to go and deal with some unruly goblins. It is then that they were sent out to meet Teak, a kind of wild, savage woman who had been working with Destrian here and there. And pretty much the group hit it off right away. We had a couple people whistling to birds, a bunch of nature freaks, and eventually they made their way down the southern road of Cairn towards the location that T had scouted out and ran into a goblin infestation inside of a cave in which they had taken a cart full of goods meant to make its way into the hands of Destrian. The group defeated these goblins, and in the process, a few of them were injured and knocked unconscious, but nonetheless, they survived and wiped out all the goblins, cleared their cave, recovered the goods, and without the horses, Gustav and Cinder pushed the cart back towards Farhelm, making a stop near nightfall, about 3 hours or so, 3 to 5 hours outside of Farhelm, and the group set up camp for the night, where Cinder had some weird visions and Gustav had some weird occurrences during their separate watches for the night, and the group made it through the night peacefully and awoke the next day, and that is where we will start off today. So it's bright and early. You've all just awoken. You have this cart in your possession, and need to return it to Destrian in Farhelm, roughly 5 hours journey from here. What would you guys like to do?
You said it was 5 hours from here or 1 hour from here?
3 to 5 hours.
Okay.
At your pace, pushing the cart by hand with no horses, probably closer to 5 hours.
And we all know this information roughly?
Roughly. I think you've all kind of discussed this and how long it'll take to get there and back. So, yeah, you all have a rough idea.
Looks like we'll be back in the town before too long. Do we think everything's all sorted away? We won't have any trouble?
Well, you checked it all
should
over,
just-
didn't you?
Yeah, I did, but I'm not used to this sort of thing.
Ah, it should be alright then. If you say it's good, then it's good. Trust your Gustav. Give him a nudge.
Right, thanks. If they ask us any questions, what do we say? We're recovering a shipment from Destrian's shop?
Do they know Destrian shop exists?
Not sure. Not too many shops in that town.
Why else could we be carrying a bunch of stuff? We could pretend to be merchants.
Right.
I mean, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to think that Destrian would have some things coming in, right?
Well, if his shop is as dodgy as you say,
Aye, but
wouldn't that look suspicious?
he does have things
Just
for
say we're
sale on the
getting supplies
outside.
for locals.
I don't know, giving locals weapons like this? It seems even more dodgy.
We recovered supply for a local.
Right, well, we can tell the truth about where the weapons came from. That it was from the goblins, and if they confiscate them, maybe they'll think job well done, and won't worry about the rest of the shipment.
That's true. Maybe we should separate the things after all. In case they take half of it, we can try and hide the rest so they leave it here, right?
Like, take half of the shipment, or take half of what the goblins add on them?
No, what I mean is, if we hide the stuff that we're supposed to give to Destrian underneath the rest of the stuff, if they take it all, they take Destrian's things too. Whereas if we separate them, let them converse. Either way, we're going to be in trouble.
Pretty sure all of it's Destrian's, right?
I believe so. That's what he was
Yes.
talking about.
All stuff belongs to Destrian.
There you have it.
Just certain things might not.
Question.
Right. What's your question?
How large is this cart, and can my wingspan cover the cart?
A large cart, and unfortunately, no, your wingspan cannot cover the cart.
What is Philia's wingspan?
She's a 4-foot tall being, so I think wingspan's usually double, so maybe 8-foot wingspan, but
Oh,
not very
dang.
wide.
So, like, can we just put in other bushes and shrubbery, like cover on top and just like a flower shipment?
You certainly could put all sorts of shrubbery and things on top of this cart. Why a cart coming to a town filled with shrubbery would be happening is up to you and whoever may inspect anything to figure out. But
It's for gardening. We're part of a gardening guild.
I am a shrubber. I buy and sell shrubberies.
I mean, if we can find other kinds of herbs, that might be able to pass.
Right, I suppose, but just can't see it looking too legit, right?
Right.
Do we know any other shops we could maybe give the name of if they ask us?
But I don't really want to say Clapshot.
Would Teak know of any other shops in the area since she's been kind of hanging out around the outskirts of town?
As far as shops go, there aren't a ton of shops that would come to mind that would be selling all sorts of goods like these. Like a lot more of the shops in Cairn are a bit more specialized shops, I could say. So, essentially, there's like a few big name blacksmiths, and there's like your kind of general store, which may be the closest thing that comes to your mind would be the Whispering Tusk. Maybe a store that you could try and pawn some of these goods off on and pretend that store is the shipments for that store. As a matter of fact, Teak, why don't you actually make me a little check here? Just thinking about this. Let me just think about this for 1 second. Why don't you just make me a local knowledge check?
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, you are familiar enough with this area and done jobs for Destrian before that you know it's not always guaranteed that they're going to check your cart with your goods and things like that. It's kind of just luck of the draw, depending on how much attention you or your cart may draw. Seeing as there's so many people going in and out of Farhelm with so many different carts and belongings, but for the right price, you might be able to just buy your way in.
Okay.
No questions asked.
Well, how bad guard thinks cart is depend on how bad we look. Guards will also take money in exchange and will not check carts.
That would certainly simplify things. We're not the kindest looking sort.
Eric's just gonna stand there smiling. What do you mean?
Well, we just look a bit rough is all.
Philia can fix your hair up, make you look better, right?
No, I'm fine, thanks. I say we pay them off. If they ask us. How much you think, Teak?
Teak not sure. Teak doesn't often deal with trade. Teak's not great with people.
Yeah, it's hard to get a solid idea of Teak, but if you had to guess, it depends on the guard and what kind of mood they're in that day, but maybe 10, 15 gold, depending on how illicit the goods are.
Teak guesses maybe 10 to 15 gold.
Well, I suppose we could pay from the spoils, but you think Destrian would mind?
Destrian wants entire shipment. That's all Destrian say to Teak is make sure all the goods get to him.
Well, the goods is one thing, but we found some money, right? Not sure if it was from the goblins or the shipment.
The money that you found, you talking about the money that you looted from the corpses of goblins?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't actually know, but whether or not it's from the cart or not, but you did loot it off of the goblins. Normally, a cart like this, which whether or not you know this is probably a rollable check, but
All my knowledge is the same, so I'll just roll one.
yeah, just full knowledge. Yeah, I mean, like, you don't know much, but normally a cart with all of these goods is not necessarily bringing raw coin or anything like that. One could assume that maybe the coin came from who was transporting the cart or other kills or things like that the goblins make.
Okay.
Because as Destrian did inform you, the goblins had been pestering people on the road for a bit, so might not have just been their cart.
Right, so we'll pay the guards out of the pot we got from the goblins. Anyone want to act as the face of our little crew here?
I nudge Eric forward.
Oh, right. I can do this.
Right, I'll hand over the bag with the money to Eric.
I think he's just gonna like take out 20 gold. Or like maybe like 17 gold and give the rest back.
Okay, thief. So Eric pulls out
As in,
these
like,
17.
for
Yes,
the-
I know. I'm just kidding. Eric pulls out these 17 gold pieces and hands this bag back to you for stuff.
Right then.
Eric pockets the money. These are my charges for being the face of the group. Thank you.
As long as you get us through the gates, I'll start pulling the card again.
All right. So you guys settle up on your plan and pack up your belongings and the cart, and you spend the next few hours on the road. Just a warning, I've remixed all the music, so you may have to adjust it from your master music volume level once I read all the music. So you can set it to your preference. Most of it should be mixed the same, seeing it's from the same source instead of like fanverse stuff, so it shouldn't be as bad. But you don't know how to mix your audio, you go to the cogwheel on the right, and there's a master music volume level mix on there. Anywho, you guys pack up the cart and spend the next few hours on the road back towards Farhelm. Every so often you pass some other travelers along the way, people on horseback, walking. It's a pretty cool day out, like 45 degrees Fahrenheit for those of us that have food. And unless you guys want to do anything, we'll kind of jump ahead.
I'm good.
I'm also
Also good.
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 Alright then. So, it's a pretty uneventful kind of walk on the road for the next few hours. And eventually, through the thick fog in the way, you guys can see the tall wall of Farhelm off in the distance, gloomy as you left it. And there's a healthy amount of foot traffic going in and out of this same gate that you guys left originally. And you can see every so often through the groups of people making their way through the gates, there's a pretty fair amount of carts, some smaller than others, some larger than others, with all sorts of different types of people and races and things like that. And eventually, you guys kind of line up with this group of people making your way into these large city gates, and you are stopped by a stout man, probably, average height, has guard attire on and a large kind of spear in his one hand as he stands watch, and he puts his hand up for you guys to stop.
Eric will stop and look at the rest.
Yeah, he has a somewhat confused look on his face as he looks over your cart and is looking up and down. So
Eric
at this point,
will... Sorry, go ahead.
have you guys done anything to the cart, or you just left it as it was, right? You didn't put any bushes or anything on it?
Nope.
I think we left it as it was, but we repacked it the other session.
Yes, you did
Yeah.
repack it the other session to make sure that things were not suspicious. So, it's at this moment that he stops you, and he's got this kind of strange look on his face. And before you even start to speak, Eric kind of eyeballs you, and he really leans over and looks at Cinder and Gustav. Not too often you see 2 people pulling a cart of that size.
Ah, well. The cart was attacked by goblins, you see. So, the horses are gone. And now we're what's left.
Oh, ain't the first time I found of them goblins in the past few weeks. So they got you too, did they, eh? How'd you make it out, alive?
Well, we got them back.
Oh wow, they're quite impressive.
Yep,
Kinda,
you can't be too sure when you're out there on the road. Always got to have something on your back. And I show him me sword.
quite nice, quite nice. Well, suppose some people would like to hear that news. So what do you have in the cart there, young man? And he looks to you, Eric.
I'm thinking. Oh, we just have our supplies and then a bunch of stuff we found.
Stuff you found, eh? And what sort of supplies do you have in there?
We have some weapons.
Weapons, you say? What's your trade? You're a blacksmith.
I'm a Chirurgeon.
Oh. And why would you be trading weapons here? Bringing a car full of weapons in?
We just brought everything we found since we were on the way to the city.
Everything you found, eh? So what, just scavengers?
It was a strange place to leave all the things there.
Interesting. Quite an odd bush, aren't you?
Eric will nod. Is there anything we can help you?
Yeah, I'd like to take a look. Odd bunch traveling together, nothing but weapons they've scavenged. A little strange, don't you think?
What else was in the cart? I don't remember.
All sorts of trade goods. Alcohol, wine, knickknacks, different things like thieves' tools, and just kind of general wares and goods. Nothing magical. I mean, it's at this point that he kind of walks past you, Eric, and he's gonna make his way to the back of the cart.
Eric's gonna look over at Cinder and Thing while the guy's looking at their cart, like. And he's gonna like nod as in like, should I give him the money now?
Thing nods back.
Wow.
I think like Eric's gonna like follow the guy to the back of the cart and like try and put like a hand on his shoulder and be like, I'm sure you're a busy man and you've got other things to look for, right? Right, sir?
And how busy am I?
He'll like pull out 10 gold. Awfully busy, sir.
Not busy enough, apparently.
He'll pull out 5 more gold.
Alright, you make me a, what? Diplomacy check. Yeah.
Let's hope my character sheet lets me. Diplomacy. Hey. Fuck.
Interesting. Maybe I'm just quite not busy enough. You understand my meaning?
He'll pull out 2 more gold.
While Philia hears this, Philia's just gonna toss and turn on the back and just be like, brother, are we there yet?
I think he'll look up like, yeah, of course, we're almost there. We're just talking to this nice gentleman right here.
What's taking so long? My tummy hurts.
Don't worry, Philly, we'll be there just in a short moment. And then he's gonna look back at the man with the 2 more gold.
Philia, you make a performance check for me.
Go on. If I could roll good performance for a lullaby.
Alright, yeah, that's pretty good. He, like, kind of looks over at Phil and he's like, Jesus, fighting goblins with a little child? Alright, suppose I'm not that busy. Or I suppose I am busy, I should say.
He'll like hand over the 17 gold.
Takes the 17 gold pieces out of your hand and, better not be hearing anything bad about this. Off you go.
He'll smile like, thank you.
He gives you a nod and pushes you along your way. And you guys pick up this somewhat heavy cart and make your way back into the city of Farhelm once again.
Eric's gonna like hop into the car or like walk up towards like where Philia's sitting, be like, oh thank God, Philia.
Sometimes you have to do it yourself.
Eric will just laugh.
Is your stomach okay? What did you eat?
Nope, I'm perfectly fine. Thank you very much.
Is that something to do with royals having better metabolism than the rest?
I may be royalty, but I'm not classist.
Oh, Teak finally gets what they just did.
Right, it takes Teak a moment to catch on to what's happening, but you guys have secured passage through the gate. Where would you like to go now with your cart?
Destria!
Yes, the
Teak
crafty
agrees.
dragon.
Okay. So you guys
What time of
make
day
your
is
way
it
through
at the
the
moment?
busy streets. It's after your morning's journey. It's probably about early afternoon time, 1 p.m. or so.
Okay.
I mean, you don't know exactly, but early afternoon, as far as you can tell. And it's a little bit harder to navigate the streets of Farhelm with a cart like this, but you have enough people keeping an eye out that you can kind of see what's going on. And eventually, as you guys make your way through the city streets, you find yourself at the front of the crafty dragon, which at the moment looks a little bit more empty than normal. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on with the crafty dragon, but you have arrived. The lights are off. Candle lights are off.
Eric's gonna like call him like, you have customers!
I just go to.
You make your call and
Try to-
immediate response.
I just try to open the door and see if it opens.
Yeah, you make your way over to the door and give it a little jimmy, and as you do, the door seems to be locked.
Would Teak have any idea where he might be besides the shop?
How well do you know Destrian in these regards outside of business affairs?
Well, I think it was established Teak knows that he's not just the shop owner. She knows he's part of something a little more, but I don't know if she would know a lot of specifics now.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Is there like a window that's slightly open near the door or like a crack within the wall or something?
No, there's no easily accessible way into his shop, although I doubt it would be hard to get into.
Something big enough for a bee to fit into.
A bee? Potentially. If you would like to roll me a perception check. And maybe depending on that, we can see. Yeah, so I think as you look around, you can see that like his shop's pretty beat up and worn down, and there's some small cracks in the wood where maybe a bee could make its way into the kind of under the baseboards of the shop.
Can I have like a single file line of bees just like go in and then have enough so that they could like unlock it like manually from the other side?
It depends on how much control you have over your bees. What how magical are your bees?
I can roll they know me, I know them. I can also roll animal handling with bees also to get them to do specific tasks if you want.
Have you been training your bees for a long time, or do you not normally do such things?
I feel like it would be like a happy dog. So like, I'm pretty sure if I need help from a dog, I could get it from a dog.
Well, a duck is a bit different from a bee. Let me pull up my animal handling section here.
Because I can roll animal handling on insects or creatures with less than like an 8th intelligence.
I feel like you could easily get them in there. Let's see what kind of tricks we have here. Okay, without any sort of proper training to do something like this, you can roll me an animal handling check, but it will be quite difficult. But in the future, if you'd like to start working on possibly training your bees to do more advanced things, that is a possibility.
Okay, come on bees, I believe in you.
Quite a good roll, but unfortunately not good enough for this DC stage.
They just keep on bumping into the lock. They don't actually unlock it.
I mean, pretty much that's what starts happening is these bees it's impressive enough that the bees make their way into the shop, but they kind of just start buzzing around the dusty glass on the other side of the door to the crafty dragon and don't really manage to do much. Teak is, as far as you know, like Destrian doesn't normally go missing or anything. He does like to go out at night and have a good time and things like that, but most times that you've seen him, he's in or around his shop during normal hours. So, in your mind, he could be a number of places, but you don't know exactly where he would be.
Okay, so Teek's just gonna shrug and say, Destrian not here, I guess.
But it does seem a little out of the ordinary to you.
Destrian almost always here. Teek doesn't know why or for what Destrian would leave shop. Destrian loved money too much.
I think something might be wrong.
I think Eric's gonna look over at Cinder and be like, can't you pick the lock?
I mean, I could possibly pick the thing, but maybe we should just check around back. Maybe he's got something going on out back in a workshop or something. Does he have a workshop? Do we know?
You're right, we should look around first.
Or does he have a storage room somewhere? Maybe he's fetching something?
I think Eric can look over at T. Does he have any friends that might know?
Destrian have many friends. T don't know them.
Are there any
Maybe.
Are there any other shops like lined up here next to this one here, or like buildings, neighbors, that sort of thing?
The Crafty Dragon has neighbors, like regular residential living around it. You know, his shop's not anything magnificent. It's rather, you know,
Yeah.
normal. It's you know, it's in like a residential area. It's kind of like a row of houses, and his is kind of converted into a shop.
Okay. I want to go to one of the neighbors' houses and then knock on the door.
Okay. In terms of house, next door, across the street, you don't really care?
Like, next door. Closest
Okay,
house.
next door neighbor. Alright, so you go and knock on the door. And after like a few minutes of, well, not a few minutes, like a few seconds of fumbling around and things like that, eventually someone comes to the door. You see a dwarven man approach the door, and he's got like kind of long blonde hair, braided, and a relatively standard beard, big old honking nose. Hi, what can I do you for?
Oh, how are you, sir? We were just looking for the old fella next door. You know where he is?
So looking for Destrian.
Aye.
Well, he's a nice old man, but I'm afraid I can't help you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him. Normally he's in his shop.
Aye, that's what we thought. It's a bit odd.
Yeah,
Do you think anything's
he
happened
does
to
go
him?
out at night usually.
Oh, he goes out
But,
at night? Do you know where he frequents?
He like looks down and around and kind of rubs his beard real quick. He's, you know, he thinks about it. Can't necessarily say I do. Unfortunately, don't keep tabs on the old man.
Fair enough. It's not your place to keep a tab on somebody's personal business, I understand.
Do you at least remember where you saw him last? Or when?
Well, yesterday I saw him last. And sometimes I see him down at the Iron Candle Tavern.
The Iron Candle, huh?
Yeah, sometimes he goes there. I happen to go there too. Sometimes I see him.
Alright, well, maybe he's knocked off early for the day. Thank you for your
Unlikely,
time,
but
sir.
Could be.
Well, thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate that, and what was your name, Master Dwarf?
Oh, I'm no master. But they do call me Goddard.
Well, thank you again, Guarded.
Sure thing. Anything else I can do for you?
No. Sorry to disturb you. We just wanted to find out where our friend was. That was all.
All right then. Best of luck to you. Kind of grunts and clears his throat and turns around and goes back into his house, closing the door behind him.
Yeah, head back to the group, or if they were there. The dwarf's not seen him. Not since yesterday, anyway. Said that he sometimes frequents the Ironclad Tavern.
Can Teak just like press her face against the window and try to see what inside the shop to see if anything's looks like it's been knocked over, anything's amiss?
Yeah, you squish your face up against the dusty window and, kind of squinting a little bit through. You can see, the shop looks as dingy as always, but it doesn't look like it's been ransacked or anything like that.
Okay. Then Teak's just gonna pull her face away and say, okay, let's find Destrian.
Hang on. What are we supposed to do with all of this stuff?
Well, I don't think we should be carrying it all over the city, so... Maybe we can drop it off somewhere.
Teak's gonna shrug. She's not sure what Destrian would prefer. Like, if they just broke into a shop and left it there, if they found a different place to put it.
I mean,
Anybody's guess.
we could either leave it with Clap or Adela, right?
Can we borrow some thieves' tools from the cart and try to open the door?
You wouldn't need to, as Cinder already has thieves' tools. But you could. You go in there and try and get some thieves' tools.
We're gonna attempt to pick the door.
Is Cinder gonna do it, or are you trying to talk Cinder into picking the lock on the door, or are you going to try and run
Cinder, why don't you give the door a try?
You want me to pick the door for Destrian's place?
It's the safest place to put all the materials while we go find him.
I don't know if he'd appreciate that, though. I look towards Gustav. And get nothing back, so...
Wait, you want my help with the door?
Well, should I unlock the door and should we leave the stuff in there?
Wait, if we don't know if something's gone off or awry, we don't know who has access to the store. We should keep the stuff with us, or at least leave it at Adela's.
I'd be more comfortable leaving it at Adela's, to be honest, rather than picking the...
Or would it look more normal to take it to Clap, since he is a appraiser?
Can we trust Clap?
I think so. I'd like to think so.
I think we can trust him too, but I think there might be more eyes on him, you know?
You're right, but there are also eyes on Adela.
Well, we don't all have to go, right? I mean, some of us could just stay here with the cart, and the others can head off and try to locate Destrian.
I don't want to split up again.
Well, it shouldn't be for too long. I mean, do I know
Last
where
time we
this?
split up, you ended up with holes inside you.
Yeah, but that was different. I was trying to do exactly what you're telling me to do right now, which is pick a door to a shop.
We shouldn't pick a door. We should go look for him instead after we leave this stuff somewhere else.
Okay, well, who do you want to leave it with, Adela or Clap?
Teak could watch Cart here if you want to find Destrian. Destrian probably trusts Teak with Cart alone more than any of you.
But you're the one who knows the city the best. If we have any chance of finding him, it's going to be a lot higher with you with us.
Teak's gonna kind of just look between all of them. And then she's gonna shrug.
Look,
Teak.
let's just leave the stuff at Adela's house and go find Destrian.
Teak doesn't know Adela, but if you guys trust Adela, Teak agrees.
Don't they? I'm not so sure I want to do that. Don't the Church of the New Dawn and all that have a good watch over Adela at the moment? Isn't that the whole reason we're doing this? Might be a bit, draw too much attention to the place and all that.
Alright, why don't
Sure.
half of you wait here with things? One of us can go and run to Adela and ask her whether it'll be alright to leave this stuff with her, and one of us can go ask Clap.
Well, I mean, we could do that, or we could just send somebody to go to the Ironclad Tavern and have a look around. It shouldn't take too long, right? I tell you what, I'll stay here with the cart, and you lot can go on. I mean, can look pretty menacing if I want to.
Wouldn't that be a problem in this situation?
Well, only if people try to steal the cart from me, I suppose.
What if a guard walks by and thinks you look awfully suspicious with a cart full of stuff?
Well, I just tell him that I'm waiting for the old man. It's his goods that we're going to do some trade with.
What do you think, Felix?
I think we should just pick the door, put the cart in, and then find him.
The cart's too big to go inside, but you could offload some of the goods.
Is there a back to this place?
You do not know. You could try and find out.
I want to find out.
Okay. So are you gonna just take off, or what are you saying to everybody? What's happening?
I'm going to have a quick look around and see if we can hide out back here. And then I kind of scope the place out.
Alright.
So see if there's space to fit the cart through, and then maybe camp out back somewhere.
Yeah. So you make your way around back. It's a very narrow, small alleyway, maybe just barely big enough to get the cart back there. As far as it goes for any sort of back door to the craft dragon, there is no such thing. It doesn't look like there's a back door in any of these buildings. This is very standard residential living area. The alleyway is not large at all. Pretty run down.
Okay. But there is room to get the cart through and then kind of out of sight from the street.
Maybe it'd be hard to get completely out of sight, but it'll kind of be, melded in with the buildings back there. So, because essentially it's like residential buildings on either side of this little alleyway.
Well, it looks like we can get the cart through. It might be a bit of a tight squeeze, but at least it won't be on the street then, and then when I'm waiting with the cart, it won't be as suspicious, right? Right, sounds good. Let's do it. And I start pulling the cart.
Eric's just gonna shrug and go along with it.
Bloody hell. I'll help him pull the cart.
Alright. So you guys kind of pretty frustratingly kind of wiggle this cart back into the back of this alleyway behind the buildings and set it down.
After they're done, Tika's gonna kind of like stand by the cart. Teak really should watch over cart. That is what Destrian wants of Teak.
Well, no problem. We'll stay together.
So who's gonna go down to the inn?
Well, you three can go,
Eric's
right?
gonna look over at Gustav.
Guess
Maybe not
that's us
Ophelia.
then.
She'll look like a child and
I think it'd be good for her. Get a sense of city life and all of that.
I can assure
I feel
you,
like
I
she'll
have
throw
my
up.
sense of city life many times within the Feywild. But as you all have said before, I don't believe that I fit in here, and therefore I think the best place that I belong is in leisure on top of the cart.
very royal, Philly.
Right, fine. 3 of you have a nap. Eric and I will see if we can find Destrian. Where was he at? You said Ironclad Tavern.
Well, that was one of the places that old mate next door was talking about.
Alright, suppose we'll check there first. Any idea where it is?
We could ask someone.
Would Teak have an idea?
Teak might have an idea. Why don't you make me a where's this chart? I always forget the knowledge geography. You could probably give them a general direction. I think that you would know that they keep saying the name wrong, but you can point them in a general direction to the Iron Candle Tavern.
The iron candle.
Yeah, the Ironclad is the blacksmith.
Teak knows Iron Candle Tavern is kind of that way, and then Teak just points in the direction of where she knows it's at.
Iron Candle? I thought you said it was Ironclad.
What?
Doesn't know Ironclad Tavern, but Teak think maybe means Iron Candle.
Cinder goes along with it. Aye, that's what I was saying. Iron Candle.
what? I'll like try to reposition my helmet. Maybe like scratching my ear or something.
Yeah, slightly confused. Nonetheless, you have a general direction on which to head.
How far away is this iron kindle from the cart?
It's a pretty big city, Teak. You know, it's probably a good 10-minute walk. Maybe a little less.
Go that way. 10 minutes, maybe. She's gonna kind of like look at their legs. You have long leg. 10 minutes, maybe less. That way. You'll be able to find it.
Alright.
Thanks.
We'll see you in 30 minutes then.
Philia will tap one of them on the shoulders and give them a psychosomatic surge.
Alright. Which one do you tap?
Which ones are going?
Gustav and Eric.
I'll give it to Eric. He seems more fragile.
Oh, thank you.
Alright. Alright. So you tap Eric on the shoulder, and Eric and Gustav, you guys make your way off into the city towards the Iron Candle Tavern. Philia, Eek, Cinder, what are you guys doing after they leave?
Teak is like kind of crouch sitting sort of on top of the cart, keeping an eye on the goods, and she's basically just keeping a watch.
Philia, flustered that she has not trained her bees as well as she has trained her kingdom, is going to start training her bees.
Alrighty. I might have to send you this sheet of tricks you can teach them, but I will have you start. You can roll me a animal handling check. Okay, not very good, unfortunately. So essentially, Philia calls out her bees, and it's essentially just kind of giving them very simple commands, but doesn't look like it's going much of anywhere. Cinder, what are you doing?
You know, it's pretty amazing what you're doing, or what you can do, Philia.
It's nothing. Everybody within the kingdom can do pretty much what I can.
Well, I guess that's kind of where I was going. I didn't quite believe you at first. Sorry about that. But the more and more I spend some time with you, and the more I see what you can do, it really does seem like you are from that, what did you say, place? Mafura?
The Feywild.
Kingdom?
Yes, the Malfura Kingdom. Within the Feywild.
And is all of the creatures there like you?
Not all of them. They're talking bushes, weeping willows, the trees talk, the grass talks, flowers talk. Of course there are some that don't, but they're in the minority.
Wow. Does it get noisy with everything talking all the time?
They're like your casual people. They talk lots of the times, but also prefer quiet at such hours.
After a bit, Tika's gonna kind of turn to look at them. Tika's gonna say, Church of New Dawn. You say that's reason why you do this for Destrian.
Oh, Not for Destrian. More for Adela. So,
T
Adela
kind of just tilts her head.
Adela is the person that kind of cared for all of us when we were wounded. We were in a bit of a scuffle between two parties, you see. And, well, essentially we were all prisoners. And, you know, Adela kind of brought us back to, healed us back up, that sort of thing.
Oh. That's nice. Most people who work for Destrian do it for maybe questionable reasons.
I see. He does seem like that kind of person. Oh, the kind of person that would deal with people like that.
Destrian is good, though. One of only people that Teak know.
Do you know why he's so strong? He has a pretty firm grip for an old man.
Teak's gonna kind of like laugh and Teak doesn't touch Teak and Destrian don't shake hands. Destrian's afraid of Teak claws.
Oh. So the old man is scared of things. Good to know.
Teak just kind of
Philia's gonna look Teak up and down and, like, guessing that she's more quote-unquote native to the land, she's gonna ask Teak, so you know the places around here very well, especially the woods, correct?
Teak knows Teak's trees. Teak knows city, sort of. Teak just kind of knows land. Yes.
Would you know where their nearest ritual grounds is?
Teak is gonna kind of, like, scrunch her face a bit and say, ritual grounds?
Places where spells are held, like portals and like teleportation.
Would Teak have any idea?
Not really. Like, maybe you have a place where your own rituals are held, and that's like where you do your own things, and that comes to mind. But as far as what Philia's necessarily referring to, you don't really know. You can kind of interpret it how you want, but you know, it's whatever Teak knows.
Teak is gonna kind of tilt her head. Back when Teak was very alone, Teak had spot in woods far from here. Sometimes that's where Teak learned, and sometimes Teak sleep there. Is this what you mean?
Not necessarily, but thank you very much.
Teak's gonna smile and then kind of just stare at Philia's hair, which she still thinks is very, very nice.
Alright. All these three are having their little conversations. Eric and Gustav, you guys have made your way towards the Iron Candle. And after a good 5-10 minutes, you find yourself outside of this rustic-looking tavern. You can see there's like a big, not shop sign, but like a big kind of sign out front with a little candle holder made out of iron and a little candle on it. And it says Iron Candle Tavern. Looks a little bit, more industrial, rustic style looking building. It's a few stories tall. It's pretty sizable. One of the bigger taverns in the city.
This looks like the place.
Should we take a look inside then?
Yeah, I think you should go first.
Fine.
Alright. And kind of as you guys make your way into the tavern, they have a pretty good amount of people inside. It's a relatively calm environment within the tavern, but pretty busy for this time of day. But you see a pretty large variation of people of all sorts, all sizes. Outside of the tavern, as you came in, you could see there's lots of carts and things parked out front. You didn't see exactly where the tables were, but you can only imagine that they're nearby with how many people are in here. And you can see other people with weapons and armor and goods that have made their way here. And at the back of this large room, you can see that there's a bar that stretches almost from wall to wall. The only thing separating it is a stairwell that leads up above the bar to the next floor. And at the back of the bar, you can see there's what appears to be dwarven man, but you almost expect couldn't be because of how high he is off the ground in relation to the bar. Looks like he's actually standing behind the bar, but he has, long curled blonde hair and a very rugged, porous skin, with a weird kind of Fu Manchu style mustache running off of his face. And there's some people sitting at the bar, and you can see he's kind of talking to them as he cleans some glasses.
No
I'm
sign
gonna look
of
around for
Destrian.
Destrian.
Why don't you both roll me a perception check? All right.
I see Destrian's footprints.
As you guys look around the room, you see no signs of Destrian at the moment. But Eric, as you scan around, you can see there's another room on the main floor of this bar that leads to somewhere, but it looks like it's kind of closed at the moment. No one's in there. But other than that, you see no direct signs of Destrian being here.
But I can smell him, right? Just kidding. Yeah, I don't see him either. Do you want to ask the bartender?
Might as well. I have no other leads.
Okay.
Eric's gonna look over at Gustav and kind of wonder if he's gonna go first. But then eventually he's just gonna walk off to the bartender anyway. Barkeep.
Alright. So you walk over to the bar, and there you see this man standing there, quite stout looking in his appearance, large forearms. And he turns to you.
Well, praise be to the Old Father.
I haven't seen you here before. Nice to meet you. My name is Erder. What can I do you for?
Nice to meet you, Erda. We were kind of hoping we could ask if you'd seen someone. We heard he frequents this place quite often, in the evenings at least.
Seen someone, eh? Well, I see all sorts of people coming through here, but suppose I could try and help you. Who are you looking for?
His name's Destrian. He's like an old man, and then he's gonna try and describe the way Destrian looks.
You can see as soon as you say Destrian, a kind of smirk comes on his face. Ah, the old man. Aye, he was here just the other night.
And you haven't seen him since?
No, can't say that I have. He got a bit tipsier than normal that night. Started some fights. And kind of scratches his head. I reckon that's the last time I saw him. Made his way out into the streets. I think maybe he may have had an escort of the guard.
Oh no. You don't think he's arrested, do you?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time for old Destrian. He likes the rough house. Sometimes here we hold boxing tournaments. He's usually first in line.
Does he usually just, reappear?
Well, usually. Every so often.
Does this prison allow visitors?
Prison? I doubt he's in prison for a little bit of drinking.
Oh.
Chances are they just have him down at the courthouse or something. Locked up for now. Couldn't say though.
Is it, easy to just walk into the courthouse and see people who are locked up?
Easy. Can't say I've tried it before myself. Thank the Allfather I've never been in a courthouse like that. Have you ever been in a courthouse? In a jail cell?
Eric's just gonna laugh and he's like, yeah.
Really? What for?
I think Eric's just gonna do that awkward laugh again, like, don't know.
Well, were people able to come visit you?
Now that I think about it, I don't think so.
I suppose.
Wait, were they?
Oh, you tell me.
I'm just gonna have to stick with what I've already said. No. But it might be different, right?
Could be. Like I said, I don't quite know.
What do you think, Gustav?
Might as well at least see.
Gustav, is it?
Yeah.
Praise to the Allfather to you. Can I do with either of you a drink?
Eric will, yeah, is there any way we can buy food and take it out to eat somewhere else?
Unfortunately, can't have my bowls and such leaving the tavern.
Oh, right.
Maybe we'll be back some other time. Some people are expecting us, Eric.
Right. Thanks again, Mr. Erda.
Oh, I say he remembered. I didn't even introduce myself to him.
We'll see you later, Mr. Erda.
All right then. Best of luck to you.
Thanks.
May the Allfather be with you.
And, with you.
Well, thank you, lad. Come back.
Who do? Come on, Eric.
I think like as they're leaving, he'd be like, "You're pretty good with names, but." And then like as soon as like they're outside, he's like, "Is that part of like the religion, the All-Father and stuff?
I don't know.
Church of the."
Do we know if the All-Father and Church of the New Dawn are affiliated at all?
Ooh, one of you can roll me a religion check. Or you
I'll do
both
a-
can.
Religion.
Gustav knows that religion exists, and Eric also knows that religion
I don't believe in God.
exists. You guys really aren't very religious, I guess, so you don't have much of an idea, or you only care about your own religion.
Maybe they just look at each other and shrug, like, to the courthouse.
Right, so you guys, make your way back onto the streets of Farhelm. Are you going straight to the courthouse, or are you gonna go back and find your pals?
You know where the courthouse is, Eric?
Of course.
Well, since Cinder and them were expecting us back in 30 minutes, maybe we go tell them what's going on. Maybe Teak can tell us where the courthouse is. And if
you're
our
right.
luck's with us, Destrian might already be back.
He'll nod. Let's go.
Alright,
Go back to the group.
so for Philia and Cinder and Teak, it's not too long. Maybe it's solid 20 minutes or so before you see Eric and Gustav return to you in the cart.
No Destrian?
Not yet.
He
Seems
might
like
be
he,
at a courthouse. Oh, sorry.
yeah, got in a bit of a scuffle at the Iron Candle. Got escorted out by some guard. Might be at the courthouse. We were gonna go check. You know anything about this, Teak? This happened a lot.
Destrian fighting?
Yeah.
Teek's gonna kind of pause and look up a bit. Teek's not sure, but it sounds like something Destrian would do.
Right. You know where the courthouse is?
Teek's gonna think for a second. Does she know? Should I roll?
Probably not really, because I don't know why you would ever have needed to go to the courthouse as Teak, but I mean, you at least know it's in the, kind of military district where most of the official buildings are.
It's somewhere on fancy military side of town. Teak never been there, and Teak also never get arrested. So Teak's actually not sure where exactly.
Well, the military district, isn't that the northern part of the city?
Yes, it is, Teak. Yes, it is.
Teak nods. Yeah, north. Teak, yeah. And then she kind of just points towards north.
Alright, well, we have a little bit more to go on here. That's good.
So I suppose Eric and I go out again.
Seems to be working. We're a little bit
I
closer
really
to...
would like to leave this stuff somewhere and go together.
Does Teak have any, idea about how, the military district, how the people are up there, or how they would treat someone who looks kind of odd walking through the streets?
I think you would have an idea. I mean, it's not like they're like nobles or something up there. Like a lot of the people there are just normal people that are, it's like the guard guard towers and like the barracks and things like that are there and stuff like that, which are mostly just common people trying to make a living as a guard. Things like that. And it's pretty common for like peasants and people of the city to go in front of different hearings and trials there. So you see people of all sorts in the military district. It's not some sort of special place.
Teek's just gonna wave at them then. Come back soon.
Hopefully, yeah. Shall we go, Eric?
Eric's gonna say, I guess. We really should be going together.
Want to try and convince them?
No, this is working for now. We'll just go take a look, you know?
Yeah. To the northern district, then.
After you.
Start walking north.
Alright. Eric and Gustav make their way off towards the northern district of the city, leaving Teak, Philia, and Cinder alone once again. Philia, are you still messing around with your bees? Or?
Yes, but I have a question first.
Yes.
Is the northern side of the city farther than a mile away?
It's roughly about a mile, probably. It's a fairly large city.
Because my, psychosomatic surge loses its connection after a mile.
Ooh.
So
it might disappear. Alright. Good to know. You still training your bees?
I'll just go to the point where, I was just this is a good training session. We'll have, a little choir with the duck and the bees and Philia all at once. We'll see what we can coordinate.
Alright. Are you putting on a performance for all to hear, or are you trying to keep it, somewhat tame for your friends?
Somewhat contained to, the wagon and, surrounding the wagon, but not, so the people in the street can hear.
Okay, put on a performance check for me there. Let's see how you do. Alright. So, pretty much almost as soon as those two leave, you see Philly was kind of distracted by their presence, but quickly turns around and starts singing this lovely melody with her duck and the bees almost buzzing as a little bass line in the background. It's almost a little show just for you, Cinder and Teak.
Boy. It's really amazing. Truly is. Never heard anything like it. Duck, bee, and a princess from the Feywild.
Teek's just gonna kind of be staring. She doesn't she's not exposed to music and stuff like that often. She's just kind of sitting there, she doesn't really know what to think. She's just kind of enjoying the music.
All right. You're all mesmerized by Philia's musical talents. Eric and Gustav. After some time, you guys make your way to the northern district, and following signs and maybe asking a few people along the way. Eventually, you find yourself at the courthouse of the city of Farhelm. It's a relatively quaint kind of building. It's not some like big over the top building like some of the other ones you've been in. It takes up like a pretty good plot of land. It's about 2 stories, and it's like 2 buildings worth of space. And once you make your way to it, you can see on the outside there's like 2 wall sconces with torches, slightly brightly lit, even though it's still midday. But you have arrived.
Do you see anything suspicious around, Gustav?
Let me check. Scan around.
All right. You can roll me a perception check. What are you looking for?
Shifty figures. I don't know, nothing really specific. I was just told to, so I'm like just doing it so that she'll be happy, or he'll be happy.
Just to shut Eric up. Yeah, I mean, you don't really see much. It's like a building. Maybe the only thing that kind of catches either of your eyes is on the one side of the building you can see it's almost like a U shape. And on one side of the building there is a kind of barred window that looks into the actual courthouse, but it looks like it's been barred up so that no one could escape if they were attempting to.
Coast seems clear to me.
What do I see?
And pretty much the same thing. So I said you guys.
True. I guess we just, I don't know, head on in?
Seems about right. I'll start walking in.
Alright, so you guys make your way through this somewhat light wooden door, and you can see, there's no torches lit on the inside at the moment, but it's a pretty nicely lit building compared to some things. It's made out of stone, and they have openings in the walls as for windows without the added glass. Gotta keep them public buildings cheap. But in front of you as you enter, there is a desk on the floor with a man sitting in it who looks up at you as you enter. He's got kind of fiery red hair, cropped, very short, blue eyes, kind of pale, veiny skin. He's sitting there. He's got some like shoulder pauldrons and kind of like a chainmail full like coat on. And it looks like at the moment he's kind of got his feet up on the table, looking through some papers, just kind of hanging out. But as you enter, he looks up at you. And, hello there. What can I do for you?
Oh, hello. We were wondering if your courthouse allowed visitation for people locked up?
Visitation, eh? I
Eric will not-
suppose. And who are you looking to see?
An old man?
Ah, an old man. Yeah, he's here. He sure is.
Sounds like he's here too often.
Well, he has seemingly made a habit of coming here more often than he probably should. Destrian, would you care to come out? Your friends are here. And you guys can kind of hear from the other side of the building kind of a soundingly large metal door swings open. And from the other side of the building, to your head's left, you see Destrian slowly appear. Ah! So you found me!
We were wondering where you'd gone.
Well, you know how it is. Sometimes an old man gets into trouble and needs to sleep it off. It's quite nice, yeah.
I hope I don't get as much trouble as you when I'm that old.
Well, hopefully not. Well, I don't know.
How long are you in here?
Oh, I can leave any time I like.
Oh. So you really were just napping?
For now, yes, that's exactly what I was doing. Cassius is an old friend of mine. And you can see the man at the desk kind of stands up at this point and walks over to the two of you, puts his hand out to shake your guys' hands.
I'll shake.
A cool shake as well.
Hello, my name is Cassius Fenwick. It's a pleasure to meet you, and you are?
Oh, my name's Eric, sir.
Gustav.
Ah. These are the ones you were talking about then, Destrian? Destrian kind of squints his eyes and gives him a nod. So, you've decided to help Destrian out with this little problem.
What's it?
We have.
That's good. Clearing out goblins like that does us all a favor. It's appreciated.
You're welcome.
So you managed to kill them all then and recover the goods?
Killed the ones we found at least. And we did bring the cart back. Horses are another story.
It's impressive. You don't look too worse for wear either.
There's quite some interesting characters in our little group. Your associate was quite helpful.
You talking to
Sorry.
Destrian now?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was just talking to my sister real quick.
Yeah, I bet you fucking were.
Talking to me! Sorry.
Yeah, Destrian looks to you and says, well, I told you she would be. Teak is a very unique young lady, and she is quite useful. So, you got everything back?
Well, we
Eric
think
will-
so.
And, where is the cart?
It's parked near your house.
Oh, and I imagine that's where you've left the others?
He'll nod.
Good. Well, why don't you two just give me a few minutes to gather my things, and I'll come along with you.
Okay. Eric will
you-
look for a place to sit down.
You see kind of Destrian waddle, old man style, back to the other side of the building, while Cassius stands there. If you're looking to have a seat, feel free. And he puts his hand out to the... There's like two seats on the other side of his desk in the main room.
Eric will just go and sit.
Yeah, he takes his seat on the other side of you at his desk. Gustav, do you sit down with him too, or
Yeah.
stand? Okay. So, you've mentioned there are others in your group.
Eric will not.
How did you all come to meet?
We all ran into a bit of trouble. We were helped by the same person, owed him a favor. That favor led us to another. And now we're helping out Destrian.
I see. Well, that's quite good. It's quite nice. Look. I know you are associated with Destrian, and that can mean many different things. Don't worry. Destrian and I are on the same page. We're old friends. Being as I am the captain of the guard in this city, thought maybe after you were done, if you are capable, as Destrian has said, we could discuss some other work.
Captain of the guard.
Yes, does that surprise you?
No, it probably would have saved us some money though.
And why is that?
Eric's just gonna laugh like guards. Then he's just gonna like look down.
Ah. Well, I suppose if you made it through there, you passed Destrian's little test then.
Test?
That was a test.
Well, if you're smuggling goods, I have to imagine he'd want to make sure you can get the job done.
Are you meaning to say that the guards knew about Destrian's goods the whole time?
Yeah, usually they do. I make sure they know.
Bloody hell.
They sure got us.
How much did they take you for?
Eric's just gonna think, 17 gold?
Well, that's not too bad. Could have been worse.
That's true.
Especially considering they didn't know when or where you'd be coming through, so... feels you've done a good job.
Speaking of gold, this work you have, what's it pay?
Well, it pays quite handsomely if you can figure out what's going on.
Gustav, you're not supposed to ask about the pay, you're supposed to ask about the job.
Hold on now. I appreciate straightforwardness of this man and his asking price. Look, it's very circumstantial as to what will happen and how much it could pay, but could be 1,000 gold in it for you, maybe more.
1,000?
Yes, did I stutter?
No.
You see, Varhelm's come into a good amount of coin recently, and myself working with Destrian does not hurt our pockets either.
So, what would you need us to do, though?
Ah. Does that mean you're willing to accept the job?
Depends on what it is.
I see. Well, I'll tell you what. As soon as you finish doing what you need to do with Destrian and your other friends, you all come back here and see me. We'll discuss it then. Fair enough.
Fair enough
nod.
with me.
All right then. Well, Estrian should be back any moment. I expect to see you relatively soon. And pretty much at that moment, Destrian comes back from the other side of the building. He has his cane in hand and everything like that. Little cloak wrapped over his shoulders. Ah, having a good discussion, are you?
Not sure yet.
Well, come along, come along. If my goods are just sitting out in the streets, I want to make sure they're okay.
Don't worry. Teak is guarding.
Good. That makes me a little less worried. But I would still like to hurry. Let us go.
As soon as he'll start walking, Eric will follow him.
Cassius, thank you. And
Eric will nod over to the man. Goodbye, sir.
yeah, as Destrian's walking by Cassius's desk, he drops a little pouch that jingles on the table as he drops it. And he slowly, old man walks out of the courthouse.
Give Cassius a nod as well, and then follow Destrian.
Cassius gives you a nod back as he grabs the coin purse and opens up his desk and sticks it in there.
How long have they been gone at this point?
Probably not terribly long, probably 20 minutes.
Okay.
Did my connection break?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Probably just barely. So yeah, you guys make your way out of the courthouse with Destrian. Alright. And near the shop, you say?
Yep.
Let us make our way there. And he starts walking, much slower than the two of you.
Test. If you keep walking like that, people might mistake you for a weak old man.
Excuse me?
Eric's just gonna laugh and keep on walking. Nothing.
I don't walk with a cane for no reason, young man.
Do you use it to beat people?
I might beat you with it if you're not careful. But no, it helps me walk. That's what cane is for. Now, if you're so worried about the speed I walk, why don't you help an old man along?
Eric will nod. I'll be like, okay.
Alright, how are you going to help Destrian?
Or offer his arm or something.
Alright. Destrian will take your arm, and you help him pick up the pace a little bit.
Would you like me to carry anything for you?
No. He just grumpily waddles along.
Eric looks very happy.
Alright. Unless you guys have anything else that, or any other place you'd like to go before you go back to the shop. It's about another
I want
10. Yes.
Sorry. I want to practice how stealthy I can be in this area.
Okay. What are you going to do to practice?
Try to get into a position where I can be unseen and because I assume it's a little kind of, it's a little narrow space to kind of get through to the back area. So is there anywhere in that narrow space, like a little nook or something that I could possibly hide in, so that like if people walk past I could just like spring out behind them kind of thing?
There might be. It might be dark enough in there if you're good, or you could hide into the cart or something like that too.
I'll try in the alleyway thing.
Okay, it'll probably be slightly more difficult in the alleyway just because it's daylight out, but feel free to roll me a stealth check. Alright, so you're just gonna kind of wait there in the shadows?
Yeah.
Alright. Teak and Philia, you guys are kind of hanging out as you notice Cinder leaves the cart, and in between the houses, kind of, he's like trying to fade in between the shadows of the buildings and disappear into darkness.
Like, does he disappear completely from our sight, or can we still kind of see him? Like he kind of maybe didn't do it all that well.
I don't. Why don't you roll me a perception check and see if you can see him in the alleyway? Yeah, you guys can both see him. It's just kind of standing there in the shadows, like it's daylight out, so there's a lot of ambient bright light, and he's like in the shadow, but he's kind of just like not. And you can pretty clearly see him.
Philia's gonna look down to Pip and is like, what is he doing?
Whack.
And
Whack, whack, whack.
Philia's gonna put Pip down and is like, go see what he's doing. I'm concerned.
Okay. You put it down on the ground, and he kind of like, he waddles over relatively quickly to where you are, Cinder, and he's like at your feet. He's like, whack! Whack, 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 whack. Whack, whack.
I just kind of like put my head down, shake it. Oh, I guess I have to practice a little bit harder.
Whack, whack.
After
on,
Philia sees, after Philia sees that he's noticed Pip, Philia's gonna wave at like Cinder and just be like, hello.
Yeah, alright, I understand. Hey, I'm working on it. I'm trying to do a little bit better than what I did back in that cave, you know. Obviously not working out as well. I keep practicing as you keep practicing with those bees, eh?
Philia's gonna... Oh, sorry, you go.
You see Pip look up at you, Cinder, and go, whack, whack, whack. And then he side waddles into the shadows. Roll me a perception check, Cinder.
Oh, God.
You see this duck disappear
Oh, no.
into the shadows.
I put my hand down into the shadow to see if there's like an illusion or something.
There's no illusion when you put your hand down in the shadows. You touch a little fluffy duck. Quack, quack, quack.
All right. I understand. You're much better at this than I am.
Orphilia's gonna see Pip, and then she's gonna be like, Pip, get over here. No showing off.
Yeah, Pip quickly waddles back over to where Philia is.
Good, as she's gonna start petting Pip. Don't worry about it. Maybe, like, I don't know what humans look like within the shrubbery, but you can try to be a human-like bush. It's always worked for me.
Teek's gonna shout. You can rub dirt on yourself. It helped Teek.
Professional thief. Out stealthed by a duck. Aye. This is truly a low point in my life. I just kind of walk back to the cot. Demoralized.
Alright. And after some time, you guys are hanging out at the cart, and Gustav, Eric, and Destrian kind of walk up on you guys. Oh! My cart! It's beautiful. Teek!
Destrian! Teek's gonna kind of jump off the cart and walk up to Destrian.
Oh, good. You're okay. How was it?
Fine. The stuff you asked Teek to look over is safe. They saved Teek's life, too.
Is that a fact? You all saved Teek.
Well, it was more of a group effort.
Pretty sure I was knocked out.
Aye, we couldn't just leave her there.
I see. Well, I have to thank you for that. And,
With no Thanksgiving there, I mean, she pulled her own with those goblins.
Oh, did she?
I must say I wouldn't want to be on the other side of those claws there.
Oh, yes. Yeah, those claws are quite dangerous. I won't even shake poor Teek's hand. That's why we always have to hug.
And then Teek's gonna like, yeah,
Destrian's like super small. Well, I guess not super small. It's probably about the same size as you, maybe a little bit bigger, but he like waddles over you. He's like, I guess technically super small right now because he's all hunched over, so he's probably like a few inches shorter than you hunched over.
And what happens is like Teek very awkwardly hugs him, and like there's a big show of her trying to make sure her claws don't like pierce or get anywhere near him. She just kind of like holds the claws away, but like wraps her arms around him, so it just looks very awkward. You can tell she is not used to hugging anyone or anything.
Super awkward, super great. And after that, Destrian kind of walks around to the back of the cart. So, you got everything, huh?
Well, everything that was in the cave, I think. Yeah, I mean, we cleared it out pretty well.
I see. Impressive. Very, very impressive.
Is there something in particular you were looking for on this cart?
Oh, no. Just the whole thing. Why don't you bring it around front and start unloading some of those goods into the shop. I'll open it up.
All right,
and
then.
He kind of cuts through the alleyway into the shop. to the front door, I should say. And yeah, what do you guys want to do?
So he unlocked the shop?
Yeah, pretty much he's like unloaded all in my shop, and he cut through the alley to the front of the shop and unlocked it, and is waiting for you guys inside.
Guess we should wheel it to the front and start unloading it.
All right, you guys wheel the cart around front and start unloading the goods, and I think that's where we'll take a break here. 10, 15 minutes break. People can get food and all that other stuff. And, we'll come back.
Cool.
Okay.
Welcome to the Wow! Roll the intro.
Leave your entries in the subreddit pros.
I'm back. You can what do you call it? Grow a small bee into a big bee. Right? Right? Yeah, because there's like enlarge potions and stuff, right? So you could maybe try to find somebody that could permanently enlarge a bee. In Philia's mind, that is a success. You probably would have just had to get over like 9. But yeah, I don't know the exact number. He's back.
Not here. Too bad. I guess we'll have to wait for him. Does anyone have any idea when Abel will be back?
Abel.
Did he say anything?
I am here.
Anyone? Anyone any idea where Abel is?
I have
No idea, but
no.
there's an animal in the book called a woolly rhinoceros.
Oh God. Okay, so we're all here. You guys have started to unload all of these barrels from Destrian's cart into his shop. And pretty much he's just having you put them down wherever. The front of the shop, I guess. It doesn't take you super long. I imagine with most people helping, probably bar Philia, who's just lounging on the car, I imagine.
I'll tell people where they can efficiently put
There
things
you
so
go.
that we maximize efficiency of space.
That's the Philia we know and love. Alright. Yeah, it doesn't take you guys very long. And eventually you move all of these barrels into Destrian's shop. And he looks at the lot of you. Well, it appears you've all done quite well. What exactly was our agreement again? You bring me the goods, you need what?
Wolfsbane.
Wolfsbane? Is that what it was?
Sort of look around.
Aye.
Well,
More than one wolfsbane.
More than one. How many?
3?
It sounds oddly familiar. 3. Yeah, well, take a look. And kind of disappears from behind the counter into the back area, and you hear some like footsteps going up and down and around, and some clanking and noises, and he's back there for a few minutes. Are you guys doing anything while you wait for Destrian, or are you just kind of hanging out?
Does he have any? Does it look like he has any new items on the shelf or anything?
Nah, not really. I mean, you guys bought a lot of stuff not too long ago. That was about the only stuff you can tell that's missing.
Okay.
All right. After a few minutes, Destrian comes back to the counter, and in his hand he has these bright, vibrant plants. Just like the stem is this wild, bright green with leaves coming off of it, and these beautiful bluish purple petals at the top that are clumped together on this plant, and he has a few bushels of them in his hands. And he approaches the counter with them.
Eric's gonna rush forward.
You have what you need right here. And I expect everything is in order when it comes to my goods. Or should I go through it all while we're all still here?
Either way is fine. Everything's there.
Everything's there, eh? He squints. Real squinty like. And eyeballs all of you. Kind of, panning across the room. Bar probably Teak, since he trusts Teak a bit more.
Well, he eyeballs me. I eyeball him.
I bet you do.
Eric is drooling over the wall space.
Yeah. So he gets a good look at all of you and kind of just gives a nod. He's like, all right, here you are. He holds out his hand with the wolfsbane in it, kind of grasping them.
Eric will take them.
Make me a strength check, Eric.
Eric's not going to pull hard because he doesn't want to rip it.
Make me a strength check.
Oh god. Wait, where's this? Oh, right.
Yeah, you definitely don't pull hard. Fucking joker. Yeah, Destrian kind of toys with you a little bit, and like you go to grab him, and he like keeps holding on to them, and you pull on them, and they're like not coming out, and he's
When this happens, I painful stare and hypnotic stare Destrian.
Yeah.
Wolfbane, please.
I don't really have a terrible effect on him because I believe that's only messing with his perception. Correct?
Yes, but I feel like if painful stare goes on someone, something feels different.
Yeah, probably. Probably like, strange.
Almost feels like you're gonna get 1d6 plus 1 damage if something hits you.
It's an odd feeling. It doesn't make this any less enjoyable. Here, have your wolfsbane.
Eric will take.
Messes with you one more time, and then gives it to you.
What about Teak payment?
Yes, Teak. We will deal with such things. Maybe at a more opportune moment, other than right now. But I will say you've all done quite a good job. You've made sure that Teak is safe. So here, take this with you as well. He holds a bag out to you, Eric.
What's this? And he'll take it out of his hand.
That's 100 gold pieces there for you all to share amongst yourselves. Put it to good use, including you, Teak. Buy yourself something nice.
Teak's gonna look at herself because she thinks she looks nice already, covered in dirt.
Maybe a bath or something would be quite nice. There's a lovely bathhouse in town. You're all quite dirty and worn out. But how you spend your money is up to you. Teak, as for the rest of your payment, you can come see me. Well, give me a few days, and I'll go digging even further. And then you come see me. As for now, I overheard your friends might have a bit more work. Could always be helpful to you, Teak. Maybe you should stick with them.
Teek's gonna look at everyone else and kind of just look at them, see if they would like her to come along.
Eric is drooling over his wolf's bane.
Yeah, would be good to have you, Teak.
Oh, good. Well, you all get along, and come back and see me in a few days, and I'll see what I can get for you, Deke. In the meantime, is there anything else that you all need, or can I go about my business?
I think we're good. Just don't get arrested again, Destry.
Excuse me?
It's a pleasure doing business with you. I hold up my right hand to shake on it.
Pleasure doing business with you. He slowly holds out his left hand.
Ah, come on, Destrian. Shake with your right hand. Like the proper way we do it in the world.
Who decided the proper way? I say that left-handed people get an unfair shake, if you will, in this world.
Eric will laugh at the joke.
Well, maybe we can do both at the same time then.
Well, it just seems a little strange.
Like a crossover shake. Right to right and left to left.
Roll me a diplomacy check, Cinder.
Ooh, boy.
Not bad. Well, I suppose you've done a good job, and you've been quite a nice young man. I don't know why you were so adamant about this, but I suppose fair is fair. Both hands it is.
Eric's gonna look over at Gustav and be like,
I want to see if I can sleight of hand steal the ring from his right hand.
All right.
Gosh.
You roll me a sleight of hand check, and we'll start there.
he sure likes holding hands, doesn't he?
Okay. Uh-huh. Can you know me? Let's say a strength saving throw. What fortitude, I believe, or is endurance? I don't remember what they are. I think fortitude's your endurance strength saving throw, but yeah, fortitude.
Fortitude, okay.
Jesus, what is why are there two? Okay, so you rolled a natural 1. Wow, you just wasted a natural 20, sad.
There's something wrong with our mouse click. It double clicks.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird. We have a little dicey here. Okay. You attempt to okay, how do you attempt to take the ring off of his finger?
So just in like the handshake, just to like maybe like use my pinky or something to like get a bit of a grip, and then like when we're kind of releasing, like slide it off.
Okay. So you go to slide this ring off of his finger, and a few things happen. He grips your hand. Very firmly, as in, like, he grips your hand so tight you can't get away.
Mm-hmm.
And you take 2 points of damage. And as you try and lift the ring, it's almost doesn't budge. There's something unnatural about it. But essentially, what has happened now is he has you in a. Okay, Abel, calm down. He has you in, like, a hand lock with his right hand. And he lets go of your left hand and puts his left hand down on the table and kind of pulls you in a bit as he's got your hand here.
Yeah. Oh, it's quite a grip you got there, Destrian.
His eyes are very squinty. He was kind of smiley before, but now he's not smiling anymore. What do you think you're doing?
Oh, just seeing, testing me skills is all. I don't appear to be the best thief. Or the best stealther.
How tall are you?
Abel entered channel.
Cinder?
How tall?
Yeah.
6 foot.
Okay. It's it's kind of weird because you're, like, looking down on this hunched over little old man, and he's got your hand locked in, kind of almost pulling you over the counter. Are you sure you know what you're doing, Shinder?
Well, clearly not. Like I said, it's all just practice. I wasn't actually going to take it. If I did get it off your finger, I would have certainly given it back to you. Just trying to work out new things, new ways to kind of do things is all.
Make me bluff check.
Oh, okay.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Like I said, my mouse double clicks. I need to get a new mouse.
Do you think it wise to be doing something of this sort? Cinder?
Do I think it wise? What do you mean?
It's as I just asked you. Do you think it wise to be touching my personal belongings?
Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, no, not at all. I've been, actually trying to avoid touching anything in the room. But, you know, like I said, merely practice. No intention to actually take the ring from you, if you know what I mean. Practice.
If you ever attempt to take anything of mine again, practice or not, I'll take something from you. Do you understand?
Oh, certainly, certainly.
And he slowly releases your hand from his grasp.
Lesson learned. Shan't take anything, or attempt to take anything, rather. Probably be the better way to put it.
You can see his demeanor kind of changes after he lets you go. You know, he's all leaned in. Hard for everybody to see and hear what he was saying to you. And his smile kind of comes back on his face. Oh, well, you know, it's no big deal. Things happen in this line of business. Well, if you're not looking to buy anything, then I suppose you can just get out of my shop. As you can see, I have plenty of customers, and it's quite busy around here.
Yeah, right, we'll be going then. Come on, Cinder.
But we'll be back, old man. Don't forget, we will be back.
Oh, I plan on it. Teak, don't you forget. I'll do my best.
Okay, bye, Destrian. And Teek's just gonna kind of like walk out of the shop.
Goodbye. You kids have a nice day now. And you guys make your way out of the crafty dragon back into the street of Farhill. My music has broken, and I don't know why. There we go. It was weird. Okay, yeah. You guys have made your way back out onto the streets of Farhelm. You've got your Wolfsbane. You no longer have to haul around the cart. You're free again. Where you guys want to go? What do you want to do?
I think I'm gonna like hide the wolfsbane inside Felia's cloak because she's planty anyway. She'll take care of it for now. I don't want to walk around with something that might be like cracked.
Okay.
Yes, we need crack to save Clap's friend.
I'm glad you agree. Eric's just gonna like walk over to wherever he remembers Clap's shop being.
Okay, so you're just making a beeline towards Clap shop.
Yes.
Talking about making a beeline, my bees are gonna pollinate these wolfbane.
Oh, Jesus. Alright. Okay, cool. Well, unless anyone is looking to have a discussion about what just happened in Destrian's shop, we can make our way over to...
Yeah,
So what just happened in Destrian's shop?
So what...
Yeah, Cinder,
Hey?
why would you try and do that?
We do what now?
Like, just so I'm clear, we heard that conversation, right?
Probably not in its entirety. Maybe bits and bobs. They were being relatively quiet, but I mean, like, you saw the aggression happening.
Okay. My mistake.
You just may not know every single word that transpired, but I think, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, you could all roll perception checks, and I could tell you maybe what you might know, whether or not he was trying to steal the ring or what happened. But I mean, I feel like
Are you guys all rolling to see whether or not you heard the combo?
Mhm.
Yes.
yeah,
Ophelia was too involved with the duck.
yeah.
I was drooling over Wolf's Bane.
I think you, Gustav, like you may have seen, like Cinder. You probably actually like could see him try and take the ring off the finger as you're watching, and like heard the conversation that took place afterwards. Teak, I feel like you caught the general gist of what was going on. Like, there was some sort of weird exchange between the two that you caught, but you don't know exactly why. Like, you heard something about taking things, and like you don't know if that meant that like he took something off the cart or something out of one of the barrels, or like tried to be, you know, shisty in those ways, or what. But you have an idea of that he may have taken something or tried to.
Okay.
Hello, silence?
So Teak is just gonna have her eyes kind of narrowed at Cinder. And she's
Right.
gonna,
Go ahead.
why you try take something from Destrian?
Oh, that. Well, as I was saying to Destrian, I wasn't actually going to take anything. I was just practicing. You know, like back in the alley there.
You picked a weird thing to try and practice on.
Well, I think quite the opposite, actually. You never know when you might need to slip something off somebody's hand.
Surely you shouldn't try and practice on a man who's just... Well, it's business.
Well, I guess maybe I read the situation a little bit wrongly. We thought, you know, I'd slip the ring off and be like, hey, Destrian, look, I've got your ring, and put it back on the counter, and we'd have a laugh about it, but it didn't work out that way.
Teak's gonna go ahead and let it slide, and she's gonna nod a bit. Don't try to take things from Destrian. Then Destrian will have to send me after you.
Oh, well. I definitely don't want that to happen.
But then Teak is gonna smile and shrug. And be like, okay, where we go now?
To clap.
Then I guess
Now
we're
that I
going to
think
claps.
Now that I
Alright.
think about it, you weren't there for that whole part, were you?
No, but Teak will follow anyway.
I suppose we should explain a bit. We all owe a favor to this kind woman named Adela, right? She's in a bit of trouble, but to help her, we needed to help this shop owner named Clap, and to help him, we needed Wolfsbane. To get the Wolfsbane, we needed to help Destrian, which is how we met you.
Right, Adela. Cinder told me about Adela. Well, then, let's go help your friend.
All right. So you guys make your way through the city, probably late afternoonish time. After all is said and done, you guys had a pretty long day, and you find yourself at the Fortunes in Time shop in Farhelm. Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary, and you guys make your way inside.
Clap, are you here?
As you make your way and shout, "Clap, are you here?" you can see there's a figure standing at the counter, having a discussion with Clap. Uh, a discussion of some sorts, I should say, seeing as Clap is Clap after all. He's a larger man wearing a kind of quilted armor, full body kind of tunic with a helmet on. You can see he has a shield on his back with a sword with a kind of ring of sunlight escaping from the sword, shining from the sword. And as you enter, this helmeted figure turns back and looks to you guys. And you can see he says something to Clap and kind of picks himself up off the counter and leaves, brushing past the five of you. But Clap is there, standing there.
Eric will try and be polite and try and like move out of the guy's way as he's leaving.
Yeah, he doesn't make much of a effort to steer clear of you guys or anything. Kind of just pushes his way past. Yeah, he's armored. Not heavily, but decently armored.
You get a glimpse of his face.
As he brushes past Teak kind of sniffs him a bit.
Okay, yeah. You sniff him, and he has a strange kind of smoky scent to him. You can't really see his face, seeing as he has a helmet on, a full face visor helmet.
Who was that?
You can see Clap kind of like looks past and waits a few moments for him to leave. New dawn.
Oh wow. Did he try and shake you up or something?
Clap just gives you a nod. Welcome. Buy? Goods? Have?
Yeah, we have some goods we'd like you to appraise.
Good. Come to back.
Eric will nod and just walk off to Clap.
Yeah, he goes to the side of the counter and like opens up this little cove and lets you around the corner in the back.
I'll follow.
As will I.
So you guys, make your way back there with him, and he takes you into this little back room. Not the room that was connected to where you tried to break into his shop, Cinder, but there's another room back there, and you can see he has some like kind of rune tables and things like etched in, and you can see kind of like works on things back here. And eventually he stops, like once you guys are kind of out of sight, and looks to you, Eric.
Well, how's your friend?
Not good. Not good.
So, if we were to give you the wolfsbane, just how were you going to go and cure him?
Turns his head to the side, just looking slightly confused.
I think he's gonna put out that paper that he got last.
Okay. So you put the paper down.
He's like,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
We got your wolfsbane. I was just curious how it's used.
Oh. He kind of nods, and he just makes this gesture of putting his fingers in his mouth, like putting something in his mouth like food.
I think he'll go over to Philia and be like, "Hey, I'll take that wolfsbane."
Okay, has the bees finished pollinating the wolfsbane yet?
I have no idea. I suppose not completely.
But they got some of the pollen and they did the nectar stuff. To
some extent. Probably not a lot, but
I'll give over the flowers.
I think he'll just hold it out to hold it up to show Clap.
And you can see Clap's eyes grow very wide. Good.
So, how do we fix your friend in exchange for the necklace?
Well, he'd give.
I think I'd like to go with you and watch it happen.
He looks super confused. Just turns his head from side to side at you.
Sorry, this is pretty valuable stuff, and we can't be sure you're going to give us the necklace, right?
Want?
I think he's going to point to the paper. I'm having a little bit of difficulty understanding, Clap.
Yeah, he kind of nods and shrugs a little bit, and then starts writing down on the paper. And pretty much he just writes out my friend's not here, of course, but I can give you the necklace now in exchange for the wolfsbane.
Right. What do you think? Does anyone even hear?
Sounds good. As I will lean over to Eric and say, the bees pollinated some, so you might have some wolfsbane honey to work with tomorrow.
Eric's just gonna look very excited.
Scanning the room as they're having this conversation for the most valuable thing, what looks to be.
Oh God.
The most valuable thing, as in in his shop or in the back room?
In the back
room. There's probably some enchantment materials and things like that that are worth some gold. Probably made out of gold.
So birds are Teek's favorite creatures, so Teek is going to be
You're going to be obsessed with Clap.
Yeah, she's gonna be very she's going to be kind of looking at Clap in unrestrained awe. This is a creature.
Yeah. Eric's doesn't know what to do, and then Clap kind of looks around and sees you and sees this look on your face, and is kind of leans around Brian?
Teek is just gonna smile very widely, but once again, it's Teek. Anything Teek does, it's vaguely human. It's always gonna be very awkward. It's just this very awkward, very wide smile.
Oh, this is Teek. She's our new associate.
Ah, friend.
Yes.
Good.
Teek's gonna do a bird coo back and clap.
Is that cultural appropriation? I don't know.
I mean, when you guys met Teek, she was whistling to birds, so I'd assume she knows bird culture somewhat.
Yeah.
Teek, you
We
can't
make
just
bird calls,
whistle
though.
at birds. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know if that's accepted. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Where's Fisty and those guys? Like, he just asked if everyone was
They're-
cool with him handing over the thing.
They're there. They're just apparently too busy trying to eyeball things to steal, and Gustav is shooting spitballs into his helmet.
Which is extra hard because it's on my head.
Uh-huh.
What do you think, guys?
Alright, let's get it over with.
Yeah. I mean, we've come this far. Why don't we just give it to him?
He'll hand over, like... Oh, I should have taken a clipping at least before I did this.
We got 3. We can hand over 1 right now as down payment for the necklace, and then we'll give him the rest once he's given us the necklace.
I think he only needed like 2, but we asked for 3 from Destrian just in case like something happened.
I think you're right.
Why don't we just ask Clap how much he needs?
He'll probably say all of them.
Then we give him...
We'll give him 2 of them.
Just ask him how much he needs.
He'll be like, oh, hey, we'll give you 2. And in case it doesn't work, we'll give you the 3rd one after. Shit.
Clap is just like looking dumbfounded at you all. And he just writes down on this paper, I'm standing right here. I asked you for 2 or 3. I've made a forgery of this necklace in exchange, and I'm going to give it to you. My friend's life is at risk. If you have 3, please give me 3. And he writes it down all hurriedly, and he seems very flustered.
Eric's just gonna be...
Give bird flower. All flowers.
I like how Clap is better at English than T. She's gonna be like, right, of course. He'll just hand over the 3 that I get.
Alright, he like grabs them and very quickly like stuffs them into his robes. It looks like he does not trust any of you anymore. But reaches into the other side of his robe and pulls out this this necklace that you guys had heard about.
Eric will just say, thank you. Sorry about that. My interest got the better of me.
Go now.
Try and take the
Go now.
Does it look like the pendant necklace that we're looking for?
You guys got a brief description of it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pendant, silver and gold with a turquoise
sure does.
jewel.
So
Can I
essentially,
appraise
it's
it
like
before we...
yeah. Go ahead. So essentially, it's a silver ring with like a chain around it and a necklace, and there are these flat dials that fill the center of it that are made out of gold, and in the absolute center of it there's like a turquoise gem. Yeah, I mean, you can appraise this item. As far as you can tell, it's quite valuable.
Oh, no, isn't that the magical to see if it's like magical? Or is that knowledge arcana?
That's knowledge arcana or the detect magic stuff.
Can I do a knowledge arcana check?
Sorry, what was that, Zion?
Can I do a knowledge arcana check?
Yeah, you can roll me a knowledge arcana check. If you're using detect magic, you can roll me a spellcraft check.
Spellcraft.
I don't. Do you have detect magic?
I have spellcraft. I'll just stick to the knowledge arcana one.
Yeah.
No, which because I don't have the spell.
If Philia wants to use detect magic, she'll have to make me a spellcraft check.
What if my knowledge arcana is better than my spellcraft?
Well, detect magic can tell you whether or not it's magic, pretty much regardless, but it's just extra information. I mean, as far as both of you can tell, this is the legit item. You're not studying it for very long, so you guys aren't going to get a terrible amount of information from it, but it is magical. You can see that there is some sort of magical runes inscripted onto part of the necklace, but it appears to be the real deal and quite valuable.
Eric's just gonna like nod, like thank you, clap, and then sigh, and then try.
Okay.
Teak is going to wave at Clap as she leaves.
Yeah. Clap is like trying to push you guys out of his store because you've upset him. But he sees Teak kind of waving innocently, and he can't really smile, but he goes and does like a little wave back to you.
I guess we all leave.
Yeah. Unless you're going to resist Clap kind of pushing you out. Otherwise, you've gotten your necklace and you've traded your wolfsbane for it.
Alright, wasn't exactly the cleanest job ever, but we got the necklace at least. Should we head back to Adela's?
Eric's just gonna nod. I think we upset Clap again. God dang it.
Yeah, we.
Right. We.
Is Adela also third person?
Nah.
Teak's gonna look vaguely disappointed at this.
I guess normal humans just aren't good enough.
Apparently not.
Not that Adela's a normal human.
Don't feel too
All
bad,
right.
Eric.
Why not? I mean, I guess all he wanted was our stuff anyway.
We did the trade. We got what we needed. Pause again with Clap one day. We won't. Who knows?
You're right. And even if we do, I feel like he'll mistrust us.
Well, we did save his friend, so it's not all that bad, really, at the end of the day.
You're right. We did save his friend. Well, unless it doesn't work. Ooh, but I wish we could have kept some of that wolfbane.
I'm sure we'll get our hands on some more.
He's gonna.
Why do you want us so bad anyway?
It's a rare herb. Why wouldn't you want one?
What can you do with it?
I don't know. I could probably learn a thing or two.
Well, we can go into forest for many, many moons, and maybe we can find.
Right. Or we
No, that
can
doesn't
finish
sound like a
up
terrible plan.
with Adela and then go back to Captain Fenwick, do his job, get 1,000 gold, buy all the wolfsmen we want.
Wasn't one piece worth 3,000 though?
Oh.
Wait, what did you just say there? 1,000 gold?
1,000, Cinder. Never seen that much money in my life.
Well, technically, we were holding on to 3,000 gold just then.
All I saw was a plant. That can't get me nothing.
That plant isn't legal in this country. That plant could have got you a lot more than 1,000 gold.
But who's going to give us 1,000 gold now? And for doing what exactly?
That
this
we don't
earlier?
know yet.
Well, we're going to
Well-
go find out afterwards.
Yeah. Sort of had more pressing matters, and I suppose we still do.
Let's get a move on then. Come on, let's go. And Cinder
We have to
kind
go
of
find Adela.
picks up his step a little bit.
Come on now, Cinder. We don't even know what he's going to ask us to do.
Which is why I'll hurry into Adela's, and then we'll go back.
Eric's just going to... You're acting like me in that wolf space. Let's go.
All right. So you guys hurriedly make your way back to Adela's house. And once you arrive there, you can see the door is already open.
Oh no.
Can't be good.
Can we tell how the door was open? Was it forcefully open? Was it?
Why don't you
Cinder will sneak up to the
just
door.
make me a perception check, and then you can make me a stealth check, Cinder.
Can Teak sniff the air?
Yes. What do you want to determine from sniffing the air?
Well, my train of thought is she sniffed guy. Bird person said it was New Dawn. And so I guess she just sniff, since she knows they're doing something with the Church of New Dawn, but she doesn't know what. So she's just sniffing to sniff.
Alright, I like it. Make me a survival check. Okay.
She smells exactly where Adela went. She's in the bath.
So this is what happens. Cinder, you get up along the wall and kind of stealthily approach the door. Philia, you've got keen eyes, and you can see the door is open, but it doesn't look like as if anything's been broken. Whether the entry is forcible or not, you cannot tell. Teak, as you start sniffing around, you smell a relatively familiar smell. Smoky.
Teak is going to say a little softly to the people who are standing next to her. Smell like man in bird store.
What, like clap?
No,
I
like
think she means the Clap's custom.
man with armor, yes.
Oh god.
Cinder, you have stealthily approached the door. What are you trying to do, my friend?
I'm going to have a peek inside.
Okay.
Mm,
You...
see-
Yes?
Yeah, just to see what the general kind of thing is going on in there.
Okay, you peek around inside and you can see, probably the first thing you notice is just stuff thrown. Doesn't look like the place is completely trash, but you can see, like, some of the bookshelves that Adela has are kind of emptied because the books have been, like, thrown on the ground, and there's some, like, broken vials on her tables and things like that. And you do notice Adela is in there. It looks like she's crying at the moment.
And does it seem like there's anybody else in there with her?
Not that you can see, at least.
I try to get her attention.
In what way?
I don't know, maybe I'll look around and see if I can find like a little pebble or something on the ground and just like toss it in.
Okay. You toss like this little piece of broken glass or pebble or something, and it kind of whatever the noise is. I can't even use words because I'm a crazy person, but it just kind of bounces off the ground and rolls along, and she kind of stops crying for a moment, but not completely, and kind of like looks up. I imagine you're making yourself visible.
Yeah, and then I kind of like draw my weapon a little bit, and then like kind of point to it, like anything you need, anything in there, kind of thing.
Yeah, you can see like her eyes are wet with tears, and she looks quite distraught, but just like shakes her head no, very defeated looking.
I'll just kind of like relax a bit and then like motion for the others and walk in.
Hustle over.
Same.
Okay.
Peak will follow everyone, yeah.
Yeah, she's just kind of sitting on her couch in there, kind of upset. Please, close the door when you come in.
Taylor, what happened?
Bad news.
What kind of bad news?
I'll close the door when everyone's in.
Well, so you've called in a specialist, the High Inquisitor of the New Dawn, and I've just had a meeting with him, not by choice, and I think you can see how things have gone from there.
He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, just my things. My
Did they
precious
take
things.
everything?
No. They're just trying to rile me up, I think. And you have to say, it is working quite well.
I think he'll walk over and like hand her back her necklace. We got your necklace.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This means a lot to me. I can't thank you enough.
Wish we could have made it sooner.
It's okay. This would have happened regardless, I think. I'm sorry, things aren't good right now. I'm sorry I can't say much else, but thank you very much. I appreciate it greatly. And I think I just need a little time alone. I'm sorry.
Well, we can leave you too. Unless you need anything before we go.
I think you've done a great deal enough already, and I greatly appreciate it. And I see you have a new friend. Sorry it's meeting under such circumstances. My name is Adela, Professor Adela Rosemond.
Teak, sorry.
Well, thank you, Teak.
Do you want to kill him?
Oh, no, please, no. It's been enough violence for one day here. I just need some time to gather myself and my things and get everything in order. I can't keep this necklace here anymore, but I'll find a place for it. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. You've done a great deal for me, and I greatly appreciate it.
Adela, we're probably going to be in the city for a while. If you want, we can carry it with us.
Oh no, I'd rather not put that burden upon you.
But what if they come and attack you again?
I have people and places where I can store it and keep it safe. I'm just glad that they didn't get this. That's all that matters. In the end. That Drugal, High Inquisitor Drugal, he's a nasty man. A very, very nasty man.
Wish we could help.
Right, well, as Eric was saying, we'll be in the city for a little bit longer, maybe. Turns out it's, well, we got ourselves a pretty big lead for some coin, which would be nice. So, if you need to get in touch with us, maybe, if you've heard of the Crafty Dragon.
I believe I'm familiar with the store, yes.
Right. There's an old man there, runs the store, named Destrian. We've been doing some work with him. That's how we came back upon your necklace there. So, if you need to get in contact with us, maybe, and we're not around, he'd be the best person to point you in the right direction.
I understand. Thank you very much. I'll do that if I need your help again. I wish you the best of luck in your travels, and feel free to stop by again sometime. I'll be here.
Certainly.
Adela, before we go, what's your opinion of the captain of the guard?
I couldn't say too much about him. I've not ever really known him. I tend to try and keep to myself around the city. The city seems to be well enough in terms of crime, so I'm sure he does a good job. Unfortunately, there's not much anybody can do about the New Dawn.
I wonder what he thinks about the New Dawn. Well, we'll leave you to it if you like. Just let us know if you need anything.
Of course, if I need you, I'll find you through a crafty dragon, as you said.
Right.
Well, thank you once again, and good luck to all of you.
I think, Eric will just start slowly backing out of the house. Stay safe, Adela. We'll be back sometime.
Yeah, she doesn't really respond to you. You just kind of see her get up and start walking over to her books and trying to pick them up and collect them and stuff.
Eric might pick up a thing or two and put it on a table or something for her.
She gives you a little nod. And you guys leave Adela's house. Back on the streets.
Hey, those New Dawn sons of bitches. They're really starting to get on my nerve.
If we do this job for, what was his name again? Captain
Cassius Fenwick.
Right, Captain Cassius Fen. You are good with names. I sure hope he's not in line with these church people.
I hardly doubt it.
Given that Destrian's not too fond of him, I don't think he'd be hanging around people that were.
Well,
Been friends for a long time, as they said.
I don't know. Money makes
Maybe-
people things.
Maybe Teak can smell him.
That's true. Maybe you can.
Ooh. The captain.
Yeah.
Couldn't hurt, I guess. Should we head over now?
I guess so.
Aye.
You guys want to get something to eat before we leave?
From where?
From the something. Where was that place we went earlier?
Iron Candle.
Iron Candle.
I guess I haven't eaten too well last few days, other than Adela's, but rather not go there right now.
We should probably eat something anyway. And he did help us out.
Right.
Alright. So you guys gather yourselves and make your way towards the Iron Candle Tavern. I'll be right back real quick and then we'll continue.
Wait, I gotta go soon. So, Ophelia will eat and then do whatever the team does.
Okay.
Oh look, we've decided to crawl through a gut.
Ophelia eat.
Ophelia will eat
Mushroom.
an egg and mushroom omelet with a side of cheese.
What will Pip think about you eating an egg?
Not a duck egg. That's fine.
Pip laid an egg for Ophelia to eat earlier.
You monster!
Pip understands the relationship.
You're literally eating Pip's children!
They
They're
weren't fertilized.
unfertile eggs.
Shh, don't help her.
Apparently I didn't need to.
The eggs are unfertile. They'd be like...
Periods.
Yeah.
You're eating Pip's periods. I thought Pip was a man.
Stop
But
assuming
he's
my
a
duck's
fable,
gender.
not a duck.
Pip's non-gender conforming.
Pip's a fucking duck. And you're eating its period. In front, that duck is like, oh, I'm gonna shit this out. And watch this queen princess thing eat.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Nothing. Patrick has to go, so he's just gonna eat and follow up.
Patrick has to go early? What's going on here?
I need sustenance. I need food.
Oh.
So it's spring break, so I just got home. So my parents are just like, you need to eat with us. So I got to do that.
Oh. Alright. Well, not a ton more is going to happen, so you're safe.
So I'll probably just follow the group around. If they start doing something disgusting or gross, Philia will probably go back to Adela's house and help tidy things up.
Okay. Keep it in mind.
She wants alone time.
Well, see you guys.
Adios,
See
Patrick.
you.
Patrick.
Bye, Patrick. magic.
Good with it.
All right. You guys reach the Iron Candle, and looks like it's probably only gotten busier as the day's gone on. After everything's said and done, probably late afternoon at this point, kind of duskish time. You guys make your way into the Iron Candle Tavern. And get some jams going. And there we go. And once again, as you guys walk in, you see this large room filled with all sorts of people just having a good time. And at the back, you see your old pal, Erder, still tending bar.
Guess they'll look for an empty table.
Okay. So the rooms be filled, but you managed to find an empty table in one of the corners.
Does it look like there's people working here other than the bartender, or does it look like we'll have to go up to order food?
It's pretty swamped right now, but it looks like Erder's doing almost everything by himself right now, which is rather unusual for a place of this size, but...
Looks like we might have to go up, talk to Erder himself to get something.
Oh, well that's fine.
Meanwhile, Teak being around this many people is not a normal thing for her. She is walking very awkwardly, trying to avoid literally any contact. It's a very awkward experience for her because she doesn't do this, and so she just is following them, but she's making really awkward, like shuffling types of steps.
Yeah, she's got like her arms up as she shuffles through people, like trying to avoid touching them and stuff. Yeah.
And not only that, but she's incredibly covered in dirt. So this is it's very awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, you shuffle and shimmy through the crowd and make your way to this table, and everyone grabs a seat until you guys realize it looks like you're gonna have to go up to the bar and order.
You alright, Teak?
Teak nods, but she's like visibly like a little nervous, and she like tries to drum her fingers like on the table as like a nervous tick type thing, but she accidentally just like jams her claw through the table, and then she has to dislodge it.
Right, okay. You sit tight. I'll go up and get us some food. Anything special you all want?
I'll go with you.
What is on the menu there?
Teak usually only eat meat and leaves. Teak will eat anything.
So a steak and salad. Gotcha.
Right. What do you want, Philia?
I think she said like a mushroom thing.
I was hoping someone would try to do the voice.
Oh, sorry, I was distracted for a second.
I want a mushroom and an egg. Wow, 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 wow.
I want mushroom soup with an egg in the middle.
Please give me a mushroom omelet.
Here's tips eggs in case you don't have any.
Philia's going crazy. She's speaking in all these different voices. Right, we'll bring you something, Philia. We walk up.
Alright. So, Eric and Gustav make their way back over to the counter. Well, by the Allfather's beard, you're back already.
We did say we'd be back.
Oh, and what can I do for you?
We're just looking for some grub.
Alright, well, I've got ale, I've got food, I've got meat, I've got wine.
We're interested more in the
got
food,
rooms.
at least for now.
Alright then.
Maybe rooms too. Don't know if we should be taking any more advantage of Adela's kindness. What do you think, Eric?
I think you're right. But we should go back and clean it up for her.
I suppose we can do that. But we will
Oh.
probably be needing some rooms.
Alright then. Don't know who Adela is, but I'll be doing the best I can to help you. So, how many rooms for you then?
Well, I guess the ladies can stay together and the three of us can share a room, right?
Seems alright.
Bed for each one of you then.
Yeah.
Preferably.
Okay. Well, let me have a look-see here. See what we have. Prefer if the two rooms are next to each other.
That would be pretty good.
Alright, there's how many of you?
5 of us.
5 of you. 5 beds. 2 rooms. Got you a deal. It'd be 15 silver pieces.
That sounds good to me.
Does that include the food?
Food not included, I'm afraid.
How much for the meal with it?
Well, if you're looking for meals included with your stay, and you're looking for decent quality food, suppose I can make it 22 gold pieces.
22 gold.
There's 22 silver pieces, my bad.
Right. I will hand him 2 gold and 2 silver.
Perfect. Anything to drink for you lot?
Water. For now.
No ale. No wine.
We
Get a
have to head
round
off
of
soon.
ale for the others. I guess Filia's water. Take as well, you think?
I don't know. Do you think Geek wants to drink milk?
Milk?
I don't know, she seems like one of those all natural kind of people.
Where'd you get milk in the forest?
I don't know. Do you think she eats
Well-
tree sap?
We'll get 3 waters and 2 ale. Not take any chances. At least we know she'll know that.
Right. Well, for the ale, it'll run you 8 copper pieces, and you can have a loaf of bread to go with it. You can dip it in your soups.
That's awfully nice.
And as far as food goes, any dietary restrictions or anything I should know about?
One of us doesn't like to eat plants.
So, meat then?
Yes, meat, mushrooms, eggs, those kinds of things.
Fair enough.
Even though mushrooms are technically plants. She's very specific, you see.
Understandable. Well, I see those are your friends back there, correct?
Yeah. And he'll point.
Alright. Well, I'll bring it all over to you then.
You sure you don't want us to carry it? I mean, you look awfully busy.
Alright.
I'll give him another silver to cover the drinks.
Okay. He happily accepts it, and you see, as you hand him the silver, he steps down from the bar, and you can see he disappears behind it as he steps down from the bar and heads into a back room.
I wonder if he needs any help.
Are you guys just waiting at the bar for him, or are you going to go back to the table?
I'm gonna wait.
Okay. Yeah, and eventually... Yes?
I'm just gonna answer, Eric. I mean, maybe, but what, you gonna help him?
I used to work in an inn for a few years.
Yeah? How was it?
It was lively.
After about a minute or two, you can see this dwarf come out from behind the door, and he's holding a large kind of pallet above his head, and on there's 2 mugs of ale and some water cups and food and bread and all this stuff. And he's quite small. He's about 3'6", holding this as far above his head as he can as he's approaching. He kind of walks past the 2 of you, not even noticing, and heads straight for the table.
Oh. Eric, look. Yeah.
Alright, you guys follow him, and eventually he kind of gets up to the table, and Teak and Cinder, you guys are sitting there, and you see this little blonde dwarf with this kind of Fu Manchu mustache come up to your table. He just starts putting down all this stuff, and he's like, "Aye, that's a meal fit for the Allfather himself. You all enjoy this, do you?"
Oh my. Thank you.
Well, you're quite welcome. And, who might you be, my friend?
Hi, my name's Cinder. What's yours, master?
Herder Large Gut. I run this fine establishment.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Erder.
It's a pleasure to meet you too, friend. I imagine you're, one of the ones with the ale.
I, look around. Aye, I think so, yes.
Yeah, it's at this point that, Eric and Gustav kind of get to the table. And Erder's kind of standing there like, "Say now, where does your other friends go?"
What do you mean?
Ah, there you are. I thought you'd be waiting at the table for me. You waiting at the bar, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, strange choice.
Eric here was wanting to give you a hand.
Oh, I ain't been running this tavern for 100 years. Needing help delivering food to a table.
I can help doing that.
Well, you looking for a job?
I mean, we're gonna be in town for a while, and we'll probably be staying here too. I can help out.
Right, but I mean, we'll need you to come with us, I imagine, Eric. Can't devote too much of your time to this place.
I need help that's dedicated. Can't have people be leaving as they want.
What about afterwards cleanup then?
Afterwards, what?
What about cleaning up afterwards? Sorry, English. What is English?
Cleaning up after what?
What about if I just help clean up whenever I'm around?
Suppose you could, but I ain't paying you for that. Not if you just come around when you want. Not how a job works.
Well, we'll be here every night, right? I think.
I don't know, you tell me. Just running a tavern here. But fair enough. Tell you what, you here regular enough. I'll let you clean up. Pay you a bit. Ain't glorious work. Gotta be done.
It's fine by
Well,
me.
You all, enjoy your food and drink then. And may the All-Father be with you.
Sorry, Uda.
Uda. Pardon me, friend.
Erda.
Erder. My mistake. Erder. I'm not exactly quite, know much about the religious stuff. Who's the All-Father that you mentioned there?
Who's All-Father? What do you mean?
Well, I mean what I just asked. I'm not, like I said, I'm not entirely sure who.
We're from out of town, Erda.
The religious folk stuff. Who's the All-Father?
He's got this confused look on his face, and he's like, well, suppose possible someone don't know who the All-Father is. But, he's, Noados, the All-Father. God of law, invention.
Oh.
Ring a bell?
Oh, the God of Law. Right. Yeah, I may have heard something about that at some point.
I would hope so. He's, widely worshipped fella he is.
Patrick entered channel.
Right. Oh, yes, then... And I kind of just, like, pick up my beer and...
Start drinking to avoid the conversation. Yeah, he just kind of shrugs it off and he's like, well then, you lot don't be knowing who the All-Father is, and may the All-Father really be with you, because you'll be needing it. Best of luck to you then, and I hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Erda.
Takes his little ladder and sticks it under his arm and shuffles off towards the back of the tavern to the bar.
Aye, this is some good ale. I've been waiting a long time to have one of these, Gustav?
We had them regular enough. Suppose it's been a while since we've been with the band, though.
The band, right. Or friends.
Don't know if we'd call them friends.
I guess this is our new band for you, right?
Suppose so.
Well, we got that 1,000 gold job coming up, eh?
Seems
Maybe.
almost too good to be true, but yeah. I mean, if that wolfsbane we were handed really was worth 3,000 apiece, as you say, 1,000 gold job doesn't seem that far-fetched now, does it?
3,000? Was it really worth that much?
Isn't that what he said when we tried to buy it off of him?
I thought he said that the cart itself was the 3,000. Not just the wolfsbane is worth 3,000? Wow.
Why else would he trade 3 wolfsbane for a car? It has to be of equal value, right?
Well, I just figured because we didn't have a choice in the matter. $3,000 gold. For some herbs. Flowers even.
I don't know the exact price, but trust me when I say that some random things are worth a lot of money.
I'm beginning to think I've been in the wrong kind of business, the wrong kind of work here. Gustav?
Maybe.
Ooh, I wonder how much that necklace is worth.
Meanwhile, Teak is smelling the food.
Yeah, you give it a sniff. I mean, what you got is pretty much just like a giant, like, haunch of like meat or something, all cooked up. Probably still on the bone.
Okay, then Teak is just gonna kind of go to town.
Yeah. Everyone else is having this conversation about gold and money.
And in the
Teak's
background, you just hear like
tearing flesh from bone.
I think Teak was hungry. I'm glad we came.
Yeah.
With like a mouthful of food, he's gonna look up. This is just how Teak eat.
I mean, you do you, Teak.
Unless you want to take a bath, pedestrians. You could also do that too.
Cinder will finish his ale and then turn to Gustav. Right, so we get another one then. Alright. On me. And I leave the table.
Wait, get me one too. I want to try.
Tree. Alright.
Question,
Anybody else?
What material are like the glasses made out of that have like, the water and ale and stuff? Do you know what material they're made out of, the mugs?
Oh, they're not glass or anything. They're probably just like dumpier wooden mugs. Not as nice as like the ale mugs.
I don't know how Phelia's gonna feel about that.
So
Very disappointing.
Teak isn't gonna know really how to navigate that with her claws. So as she's eating, she's also like putting her face like, into the cup. Yeah, like trying to like use her tongue to just drink the water. She's not quite sure.
Eric's just gonna pick up his
There's a
glass
couple
and watch.
people in the pub that are like near you. They start giving you looks a little bit after they see how you're eating
Can
and
I
drinking.
Can Philia prestidigitize a straw? Or
Sure. What's your straw made out of? Like wood?
anything really?
It's made out of intestine.
It's made out of bamboo.
Sure, yeah. Like it's not the best straw ever, but it works. Like you can see as you're like sipping stuff up with it, like some of the water like leaks out the side of the straw and stuff like that. But it helps. But it also is like somewhat annoying because you can hear the sucking noise because the straw's leaking.
I don't know if Teak would know how to use a straw. So I guess Teak gets the general idea, and so she starts to use the straw. But it's very loud and still very awkward, just as you can clearly see she has no idea, like, really how to navigate it.
Yeah, it's not working very well, but it kind of works. I imagine you just give up after after a few seconds.
She just kind of hangs her head in resignation.
Yeah.
What do I roll to make a better straw?
Fortunately, prestidigitation items are just like super fragile material-wise. You need a more powerful spell.
It's okay. Teak appreciates the thought.
So at the bar, I want to get Erda's attention. If it's busy.
Yeah, it's a little busy, but he's up on his stool over there and he's getting some drinks, and eventually you get his attention. Oh, hello there.
Ah, Erda, yes. It's a fine ale you got there. What I would like is If I could get maybe a shot of whiskey.
Are you looking for a shot now?
Aye, just one for the bar, and then 6 of the other ales for the table.
All right. Well, 6 ales then.
Aye.
There's 5.
Delia will hear this and say, I'll just take one of your finest wines.
Sadly, I don't think you'll be able to hear this over the you're pretty far away, and the tavern's pretty loud right now with people.
Feels Batman.
Yeah. All right. So 5 ales and 1 shot of whiskey? Or do you specifically want 6 ales? You want 1 extra?
6 ales, yeah.
Okay. So for the ale, 24 copper pieces for 6 ale, and shot of whiskey will run you 2 silver pieces.
Okay. I hand over the coin with a couple extra silver as a little thank you.
Oh, why thank ye. May the All-Father be with you and guide you on path back to the table.
Ah, and you too. May the All-Father keep those beer hands pouring for... I'm gonna take me beer.
Yeah, he's just like... and then just kind of gives you a strong nod. Enjoy yourself, laddie.
I'd quickly take the shot before I head back, and then back I go with the 6 ales.
Right. You return to the table with 6 ales, 2 for yourself and 1 for everyone else. And firmly set them down in front of each person. If that's what your plan is.
Yep. Right, here we are. I'm gonna take a little bit of this and a little bit of that for you, and here you go, Teak, here's 1 for you.
Maybe this is a bad idea. I mean, we're about to go speak to the captain.
What this?
The sun's nearly down. I suppose we could do it tonight, but...
Oh, you want to do it tomorrow? That's fine. Good idea.
What's the table think?
Teak is eyeing the ale suspiciously and does not answer.
Eric will take the straw out of her water and put it into the ale.
Wait, you got a straw too?
No, as in, like, Eric will take her straw out of her water.
Her dumpy straw.
Yeah.
Alright, and you put it in her ale?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help her, but alright.
Pretty sure it's gonna make it worse for her, but...
Maybe we do it like this one then, Teak. Instead of trying to, put your face into the cup, maybe you can just kind of open your mouth and pour it straight into your mouth. Like this. And I grab the ale and, like, hold it up above my head and just, like, pour it with my mouth open.
Okay. Teak's claws are, like, a little long. So how strong is the like, would her claws pierce the mug, do you think?
Probably not. It's pretty thick.
Okay.
So, like, because it's not like new mud. Like, it's solid wood, so it's pretty thick.
Okay, so what she'll do is she'll pick it up with both of her palms, kind of, in her claws just kind of sticking out, and she just, like, smacks him on the side, and then she doesn't even take the straw out. She then just picks it up and then, like, kind of smashes it back, like, kind of dumps, like, it's very messy, but she drinks it.
So you essentially spill half of it on yourself as you drink it.
Yeah, like all over the chin and all over the front of like her clothes. Yes, but
Nice.
but it's gone, and she drank ale, and I don't know if Teak would like the taste. I guess she likes it, so she finds it. She likes it. She liked the ale. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a natural flavor to it, herby and weird. You
It
probably
tastes like
it.
the mud that she probably eats. Bitter and weird.
So yeah, Teak does that, and then she looks at Cinder right in the eyes and just like smiles. It's like the ale. She just watched her dunk this entire mug of ale, basically wasting half of it. But she seemed to have enjoyed the experience.
We can work on that. That was a good first attempt.
Hey, not bad, not bad. It'll take you a little while to get there, but it's pretty good.
50% is a pass.
Not bad. Did you guys drink the night away, or do you? Philia, are you gonna drink
Philia's
the ale?
Philia will put a finger in and taste it first. What does it taste like?
Like ale, strong alcoholic beverage. Not as strong as like a liquor, but like a strong beer. Very it's got a bitter taste to it, kind of herby.
Philia's gonna use some of her honey from her beehive and like sweeten it up.
Sweeten it up.
Use prestidigitation, make it taste more like a wine with berries in it. Like,
all right. So you give it some fruity notes and flavors.
Right. Before I
Sweeten
forget,
it up.
I'll hand over the girls' room key to Teak.
Teak takes the key. And what this for?
Oh, right. You two probably wouldn't know. That's the key to your room for tonight. We're gonna spend the night here.
Teak live in a tree.
No, you're going to try this thing called a bed tea.
Teak has a bed. It's a branch.
We can camp
Okay.
out some other day, don't worry. This is fine. It's soft.
Teak is just gonna nod, and then she's gonna take the key, and she's just gonna be looking at it. She doesn't know exactly like. Obviously, she gets the concept that she would put it in a door, but she's just kind of like looking at it because she's not quite sure how to handle it with her claws.
Sure.
Philia, where you come from, do you know how tavern rooms work?
I think I can work my way around it. Thank you very much.
Right. Good. Just gonna think about if this was a terrible idea and focus on my food.
Don't worry. We can just show them how it's done.
It very well may have been a terrible idea. Did you guys get your drinks and your food and your room keys and get comfortable at the tavern and
Ooh, I have tears to wine. I should have.
we can pick up there next week. We'll call it a day.
Nice.
Nice.
Question: can I just quickly do something before I forget for next session?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Philia, when she wakes up, she's gonna put in the tiny little drops of honey the bee made from the wolfbane into a tiny little vial and give it to Eric.
Okay. So Eric, you can add wolfsbane honey to your inventory. As for what it does, you're not entirely sure, but yes.
And if we slept through the night, people find out that Teak did not sleep on the bed. She instead slept on the dusty floor underneath the bed.
Philia like put the two beds together so she could have a queen size.
big old bed. Well, we might come back next week to the same night in the tavern, but we'll see.
Ooh, we could give this honey to Adela and see if it makes her feel better.
Yeah, sure. I know you lost all your possessions.
But here's some poisoned honey.
Hey,
Yeah, isn't it
rare.
incredibly poisonous?
Hey, it's rare. She could like use it for like her alchemy. Shut up.
It's a nice thought.
Please eat this right now. Let me
I don't know what it does. Hopefully it makes things better.
Can't be stressed if you're dead.